Hello, welcome again to the second part of chapter 8. So in this part, we will discuss about the cost flow assumptions and we will also solve one problem under the periodic inventory system. Okay, so what is the cost flow assumptions? Okay, so the companies can assume which units of inventory have been sold and which remain in any inventory. Okay, say for example, on January 1st, you can purchase items. Say you have purchased 100 units, and on January 30, you have purchased another 50 units. Okay, so when you are selling, you may like to sell units from this 100 or from this 50. Okay, so every time the cost of goods sold will be different because when you have purchased on January 1st, the cost of the items was different than the cost of the items purchased on January 30th. Okay, so there are three different cost flow assumptions. The first one is average cost. It assumes inventory cost is a mix of all goods available for sale, and the average is weighted by number of units. So total cost divided by number of total units. And first in, first out, FIFO assumes units first acquired are sold first. So any inventory consists of the most recently acquired units. So in case of last in, first out, LIFO, it assumes units last acquired are sold first, and any inventory consists of first acquired units. So let's see how to calculate the cost, especially the cost of any inventory. So in case of average cost, we know that the average cost is equal to total cost divided by number of units. Okay, so say for example the average cost is $10, and if we have 10 units in our any inventory, so its total is gonna be 100 units, meaning $100, sorry. Okay, but in case of first in, first out, FIFO, items purchased first are sold first. So the cost of any inventory would be leash, meaning last is still in hand. Okay, so just have this one in mind, that so you can easily remember that last one is still in hand. So leash. So the cost of last units purchased would be the cost of any inventory under the first in, first out method. Okay, and under the last in, first out, meaning LIFO, items purchased last are usually sold first. So the cost of any inventory would be fish. First is still in hand. Okay, so let's solve one problem. So it is always better to solve problems. Okay, is the problem set 2 of chapter 8. So you can see the periodic versus perpetual inventory system. So there are two problems here. So the first one is the periodic and second one is the perpetual inventory system. So in this part, I will solve this first problem, and then in the second part, I will solve the second one. Okay. So now let's see how to solve this one. Okay. Solutions. So Smithson Corporation uses a perpetual inventory system. The following information related to its merchandise inventory during the month of August, year 1 is available. Okay, so we have 1, 10, 15, and 20, meaning 4 transactions. So on January 1 inventory, 100 units, and the cost per unit was $10. Say January 10 purchase, January 15 purchase, and January 20 sell. Okay, so requirement: determine the inventory balance Smithson would report in its August 31st year 1 balance sheet, and the cost of goods sold it would report in its August year 1 income statement using each of the following cost flow methods. Okay, so let's see. And also I want to add something else. Balance sheet, cost of goods sold, and say cost of goods sold and gross profit percentage. Okay. So the first thing is, so we'll be following the average method: first in, first out, last in, first out. Okay, so let's see. The first in, first out is first. Okay, so the first in, first out is first. Okay, so the first one is cost of goods available for sale. So in this case, let's insert a table. So 5 column. Okay, so date, description, then unit, see, unit, cost per unit, and total. Okay, so January 1st, year 1, January 1st, we have beginning inventory. Let's make it, okay, beginning inventory is 100 units. Okay, and the cost is $10 per unit, and so total is 1,000. Okay, okay, so let's give let's use the different colors, so it would be better. How about this one? Okay, this one is better. Okay, okay, so and then January 10. So January 10, this one is purchase. Okay, how many units we have purchased? We have purchased 200 units. So we purchased 200 units, and the cost per unit was $12. So total is gonna be $2,400. Correct? And then on January 15, we purchased again. So we purchased 300 units, and the cost per unit was 15. So the total is gonna be, sorry, okay, 4,500. So total would be equal to 7,900. So double bar. Okay, so the total cost of goods available for sale. We can merge the all of them. Okay, okay, so this is the step 1. So the first one, average method. So the average method, we need to calculate the average cost. Okay, so the average cost would be equal to, so the average cost would be, so the total cost, so that's it, so total costs and number of total units. Okay, so So it's gonna be again, so total cost is 7,900 and total number of units is, as you can see, 600. So 100, 200 and 300, so total 600. Okay, so the average cost is 13.17. okay, so this is the average cost. Okay, now on January 20, sale was 400 units, $30 each. So what we want to do now, units in any inventory is equal to, so 600 minus 400 equal to 200 units. So cost of ending inventory would be equal to, so 200 multiplied by the average cost per unit. So this is one correct. So the total is gonna be 2,634 dollars. Okay, this is the cost of any inventory. And what is the cost of goods sold? The cost of goods sold would be equal to, we have sold 400 units and multiplied by 13.17, so that is equal to 5,268. okay, and now gross profit, it should be sales is $30 per unit multiplied by 400 units, so it's gonna be, so 12,000 and less cost of goods sold, which is 5,000. We have just calculated 5,268. Okay, so gross profit is gonna be 6,732, and okay, so what is the gross profit percentage? Gross profit percentage could be equal to, it should be equal to gross profit over total sales. So it should be equal to, again, our gross profit is 6,732 and total sales is 12,000. So the gross profit percentage is 56.1%. Okay. Okay, we are done with this, and now number two. First in, first out, that is FIFO. So let's see what we do under the FIFO. So under the FIFO, what we will do, we need to calculate the cost of ending inventory first. So that we have sold total 400 units, okay, on January 20. So out of these 400 units, since this is first in first out, so we will sell these 100 units first, then these 200 units, okay, and finally 100 units from the January 15 purchase. Okay, so we will have 200 units in any inventory from the January 15 purchase. Okay, so let's see. So the ending inventory so is from January 15 purchase, okay, and which is equal to 200 units, okay. And now cost of ending inventory would be 200 and the cost of purchase on that date, so it was $15. So it should be let's go there, so it should be $15 per unit, 200, so it's gonna be how much? So 3,000, okay. And cost of goods sold, okay, here it is. So what we need to do, so the cost of goods sold would be equal to let me insert again another table. So this date, then description, unit, and cost per unit, so total. So we are selling from the January 1st, the beginning inventory, okay, we are selling. So from the January 1st, we are selling 100 units, and the cost per unit was 10, and the total was $1,000, and we are selling another 100 units from, see, we are selling another, oh no, actually 200 units. We are selling 200 units from January 10 purchase, and the cost per unit was $12, and so total $2,400, and we are selling another 100 units from January 15 purchase, correct? So we are following the first in, first out method. So the cost is gonna be 1,500, correct? So on the line, and the total would be equal to 4,900, and okay, this is our total cost of goods sold, okay. Cost of goods sold. This we can say this one is FIFO cost of goods sold, okay. And now, so it's very simple. So let's calculate the gross profit. So sales, we already know what is the amount of sales. This is 12,000, and cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is 4,900. Okay. So gross profit is gonna be 7,100. Okay. So the gross profit percentage would be equal to gross profit by sales. So it's gonna be 7,100 divided by total sales is equal to, so what is the percentage? 59.16%. Okay, and number 3, last in, first out, LIFO. So under the LIFO, see that what we do, we sell from the last unit. So we will be selling 300 units passed from the January 15 purchase, and then 100 unit from January 10 purchase. Okay, so from the January 10 purchase, we will have 100 units in hand, and another 100 units will be from January 1st. Okay, so our cost of ending inventory, so the cost of ending inventory would be, say, from January 1st, it is $100 multiplied by 10, so it's gonna be 1,000. And from January 10 we have 100 more, and the cost is $12, and so total it's gonna be 1,200. Okay, so our total cost of any inventory, so total it should be equal to, so total would be equal to 2,200, correct? So total any inventory is 2,200. And now, what is the cost of goods? Cost of goods sold. So the cost of goods sold, and this is the last in first out method. So let me just copy this one. So rather than creating a new table, so I'm just deleting all of them. Okay. So what we do, we sell from the January 15 first. Okay. We sell from the January 15 first. We sell 300 units, and the cost, see that on January 15 we had total 300 units purchased. Okay, so we are selling these 300 units first. This is last in first out, so it's gonna be total 4,500, and then another 100 units from January 10 purchase. So, and the cost was $12 per unit. Okay, so it's gonna be how much? So 1,200. Okay, so the total cost of goods sold would be equal to, so 5,700. Correct. So this is cost of goods sold, last in first out, like, okay, and now gross profit. So sales, we have already the total sales amount 12,000 less cost of goods sold, that is, we have just calculated 5,700, we just calculated. So gross profit is gonna be, so how much is the gross profit? So the gross profit 6,300, correct? So 6,300 is the gross profit. Okay, and what is the gross profit percentage? So the gross profit percentage would be equal to 6,300 divided by 12,000. So it's gonna be 52.5%. Okay, and now what we can do, we can make a comparison. So comparison of different cost flow assumption. Okay, so in that case, let's see what we can do. We can take okay, so cost flow, then cost of goods sold, cost of ending inventory, and then gross profit percentage. So average method, first in first out, last in first out. Okay, so the average method, so the cost of goods sold under the average method was let's see, 5,268. okay, so 5,268, and cost of any inventory was 2,634, and gross profit percentage 56.1%. And under the first in first out, the cost of goods sold 4,900, sorry, and cost of any inventory 3,000, and so gross profit percentage 59.16%. And under the last in first out, so 5,700 cost of goods sold, and cost of any inventory was 2,200, and gross profit percentage was 52.5%. okay, so what we can see from this table is that say that if you want to make to show more profit, you will be interested to use the first in first out method. okay, and if you want to show the less profit, then you will be using the last in first out method. okay, so I hope you have understood. So I will upload this one on Learn. So thank you so much.